shit. We don't own nothing because what did we come here with? What did we come to this realm with? Not a damn thing. And then when you leave, what do you leave this realm with? Not a damn thing. But we'll claim things as assets and all this and all that while we're here. But we don't own shit.
Yep. That makes perfect sense to me, what you just said. Because the sheriff lives in my neighborhood, and he must just got a promotion, but he bring his car home every day.
See what I'm saying? So now he parks his personal vehicle and he drives that vehicle, which is registered to the fucking state. Oh, this is a county car. Yeah. Who controls the county? The fucking state. He need gas. He pulling up at the gas station using that fucking county or the state gas car.
And it's so funny that you say that too, because the other day, this is the stuff that I just pick up on. I was like, that's not a Cumberland County cop car. That was a Spring Lake cop car. Well, what is he doing over here?
So does he work in Spring Lake?
He was a Spring Lake cop. So what is that?
And gets to bring that vehicle home.
Right.
Because where I live at now, there's like 4 different fucking cop cars that I see parked in these people's driveway. And I'm like, even when I lived in the other place, the dude that stayed 2 houses down from me, he drove the fucking cop car, the Richmond Hill City cop car. He drove that bitch home every day. It was parked in his fucking driveway. So I'm saying, Now, I'm not saying that he got in and ran errands or whatever, but when he's on the job, if he needs to go to the motherfucking store because his wife said, yo, baby, I need you to pick up some bread, milk, and eggs, he goes to the fucking store. Like I was at the store earlier today. When I stopped at the store, it was 3 different fucking cop cars there. And I'm saying, like, they all went inside. One got some coffee. The other one I seen had some fucking Powerade. And the other one, I guess he had a pack of cigarettes because when he came out, he was smoking. You know what I mean? And then they're sitting in the fucking parking lot, just sitting there. And that's the same in-market they go and they get their fucking gas for that vehicle. Wow.
Yeah.
And we know that they're not paying for this shit out of their pocket.
Right.
So what is it the fuck that they're doing that we're not doing? When those vehicles, which belong to the taxpayer any fucking way, you know what I'm saying? Those are our vehicles.
Not only that, who are you really working for when you fill out those forms? Because the forms don't say,
what forms?
Like your employment forms. The forms don't say Fayetteville Police Department. They say the federal government. So who really employed you? Did the federal government employ you, or did this private corporation employ you?
Well, each city or town is run basically as a corporation. So I mean I tend to disagree, because if you fill out an application for Hope Mills Police Department, that's the letter. That's what's going to be on the application, Hope Mills Police Department.
But you also filled out a form that says that you are paying taxes to another entity.
You lost me on that.
Meaning, when we fill out the form, did we just really what that's just like the W-2 form that we fill out when we go get a job, right? That form doesn't have the company's name on it. That form allows the company to go into your account to pay you.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's because we've been filling this shit out wrong. Like we'll fill out that W-2, we'll fill out that W-4, and we put the wrong information on it. Just like most people, what I've learned over the past week, just like we're filing the wrong fucking tax. Not that I file taxes, but most people file the wrong fucking tax form because you're filing as an individual, and you aren't the individual. And then they got the fucking codes on these forms where it has you're listed as a number 5. And the number 5, when you look at the front of the instruction sheet, it tells you that is the individual. That's not you. So you're filling out the wrong fucking tax forms. Instead of you receiving back 10,000, you should get 100,000, which would be your estate. Because that's who they're fucking taxing. It's not you as the individual. I was like, wow, man, the shit you can learn.
Or should we be getting back your salary?
I mean,
plus what the return of the whole salary would be 100%. So you already got the upfront money. And when you do the return, you should be getting the salary plus the taxes plus the interest.
Actually, that would come from the W-2.
Right.
That's coming from the W-2. Like I said, we don't properly fill out these W-2s because what are we doing? We're claiming wages and tips. You know what I'm saying? But you're not so-called. Your job isn't consistent of wages and tips.
Right. Nowhere on there does it say income.
Right.
And then on the 1040 form, that's where we doing the calculation wrong. Where what I just said, you should be getting back the salary, which is 50,000. Maybe you only got, let's just say they took 10,000 in taxes. You're supposed to get that back plus the 40,000 that you already received plus the interest.
Mm-hmm. So I said we're filling out the wrong forms.
And that makes sense about the mortgage. 923 says you're supposed to return the payment. So all payments that you paid plus the total amount of the loan plus all interest and the house and the security agreement. That's what we should be getting back to be whole. How we do it? Well, honey, I'm your freedom queen and I got to figure that out. Well, but that's what we're supposed to be doing. Huh?
I would say that, first of all, you would have, I would think you would have to go into it as rescinding the signature and then even saying that, upon you signing, right, you didn't understand the contract. So you're rescinding it. So now that you're rescinding it, now you can go ahead and properly endorse it. You're accepting it for the value along with all your rights being reserved. And then sign as the trustee. Because they have substituted you from being the trustee, replacing you as the trustee, and then you go ahead and sign the promissory note with a blank endorsement.
But moving forward, we can teach the game, right? Because even if a person goes through the process and get qualified, I think that they should go ahead and file the claim on the title within 3 days of closing the loan. Because one of the risks in the list of risks that is insured, because they know that it's an issue. Do you get what I'm saying when I say that? Insurance policies are written in a way to secure the risk. But most people don't read the policy and know that they just signed for something that is actually their way out. Because if they insured it, that means they know it's a known problem. So if we close within the 3 days, or right, like you say, rescind the contract, or would it just be easier to get the title insurance involved? Why? They're going to be shocked and mad, but because they have to then turn around and give you the proper legal representation. One of the things that's on there, number one of the things is that, does someone else have an interest in your title? Think about what I just said, babe.
For real, no one should, because when you do the proper endorsement.
But we're not talking about proper endorsement. We're talking about a person going to get a loan right now. They got a title insurance, and the first thing in the title insurance says, what we know now, that we know that the loan process is not.
Hold on, baby. See, it is about a proper endorsement, because what did you do to first start that process? The application.
Mm-hmm.
So the application was not endorsed correctly because you left it as a blank endorsement. Whether it's the title, whether it's the mortgage, whatever, it all starts with that application.
Okay.
So now, when you start off with the proper endorsement, because we know everything is debits and credits. And what do you want? You want the shit to be zeroed out. Whether it's the title, whether it's the mortgage, whatever it may be. That's with anything. It's the application.
You're right. And you know that God got a process. David Young, the God, he got a process that if you already in your mortgage, but he also got a process, like you said, that you need to do at the closing table. So are you saying that at the closing table, we got to make sure we properly endorse it, or something before you get to the closing table, or you sign the contract?
Yeah, because you're the only one that's signing the contract.
Right.
And when you sign that contract, right, that so-called signature is what we think is sealing the deal. But the deal isn't sealed because you're signing it as a blank endorsement.
Somebody came and signed it behind you.
Exactly. So when you sign it, when you endorse it correctly, now whatever is entailed within the contract, whether you made some changes or lined something out that you didn't agree with, because these contracts are one-sided.
Right.
You agreeing to their terms.
Unilateral. Right. So like you saying, for an example, I didn't study that mortgage contract so much. Line 3 basically say how we give away the right to the bank and their heirs. You're saying at the closing table, I can line through that and say this, but then I risk the fact that maybe that closing don't go through. So do I sign it right then and there and have 3 days to rescind it? Or do I go?
Right. Okay, check it out. This is what, think about this. When you go get a vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they have in that dealership all freaking day.
Right.
So what are they doing?
They're running your credit.
No, listen. They're wearing your ass down. Besides them running your credit, right? That's the first part. But you're still there all freaking day. Have you ever purchased a vehicle, been in and been out within an hour?
I did. No. That's my last car.
Okay, so did you go in with your own financing?
Yes.
That's why. That's why. Okay, but continue on, right? They have you in there all day. So now when you meet with the CFO, right, you go into his office and he has everything drawn out. You got your truth in lending portion and all that, the finance rate, the interest rate, all that shit, right? You don't take the time out to take that shit home with you and read over it.
Nope.
You're just so ready to sign, get your motherfucking keys, and press the motherfucking pedal to the metal. And this is what happens with closing, right? Even though you have that 72 hours to rescind, why not take that motherfucking contract with you? Because you have all rights to do that. But we'd be so excited. Oh, my closing is in 30 days. And when you go to closing, shit, you ready to seal the so-called deal then.
And you should have been able to read the paperwork prior to the closing so you can make an informed decision, which probably most people still wouldn't have read it.
Well, I mean, you can request it. You can request it, but you'll probably get an excuse. Oh, well, we don't have everything drawn up yet, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Because they're going to try to push it out to the actual closing date. So now when you show up, okay, yeah, they got them keys sitting right there. They got them sitting right there, right in front of your face. You know what I'm saying? And what do? We call ourselves, you know, the speed finger read is what I call it. You know what I mean? Like you're looking at certain words within each sentence or each paragraph, right? But then here you go. You picking that fucking pen up when you can take that fucking contract home and actually go through that fucking contract. And you can cross out, line out, and miss you out whatever the fuck it is that you want. So whether it's the deed, you know, whether it's the title, whether it's the insurance, you know what I mean? We're leaving all these as blank fucking endorsements.
Mm-hmm. And then we've been trained to go get insurance, to go do all these things when it's already in the contract, but we forfeited it because we didn't endorse it correctly. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Now, let me ask you this. When your mother did the deal, is the taxes included in the mortgage? Or is it that she gets a tax bill each year?
She received the tax bill each year, I think.
Okay, and do you have any of those receipts?
Oh yeah, I got some tax stuff even from 2016 in that folder.
Okay, so that was a good thing because somebody ran into this situation where their so-called taxes was included in the mortgage, but then when they asked for the tax bill information or the receipts for the taxes, they weren't afforded that information. So this is how people run into your house being up for taxes.
I gotta do some more research into that because I don't know if we paid the tax bill in the beginning and then it's added for the escrow and they pay the taxes out of the escrow and the insurance.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they're claiming to pay the taxes out of the escrow account, right? Where's the receipt? And I ain't talking about here's an overall receipt. I'm talking about the tax bill receipt. is it at? So if they're saying that it was paid within the escrow, they don't have no receipt to afford to you or to give to you. You know what I'm saying? Were the taxes paid on the motherfucking property? Because you don't have no receipt. Most people think, oh, it's an escrow. So when you pay that mortgage payment, okay, you're signifying that it's within the fucking mortgage payment that your portion of your taxes is being paid each month.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the receipt? Oh, well, it's within the escrow. No. It should be a separate receipt because that particular amount is going towards the fucking property tax. Like me coming on board with you, you know, like I told you from the beginning, I had no idea. I've been hearing this, that, and the third, but to be, you know, a part of your journey with this foreclosure,
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot. So it has me thinking, okay, well, damn, what the fuck am I going to continue to rent for? Maybe I should go out here and purchase. So if I use my VA benefits, you know, I can get I think it's up to damn near $500,000 home now. So the VA is no different than FHA or, you know, anybody else as far as financing. Okay? So when I do that application, if I do that application and I endorse it properly, you know what I'm saying? Then that means that amount that I'm applying for is already fucking zeroed out. And then knowing that I know they're going to try to substitute me as the trustee for someone else, you know what I'm saying? When I do that endorsement, and I'm putting myself as the fucking grantor trustee, that leaves them no room. Plus, I can scratch out whatever it is that I need to scratch out or initial or line out within the contract, because these fucking contracts, as you know, are one-sided. You had no input in the contract, but yet you agree, we all agree, to their terms and conditions. So I get what Israel was saying about contracts. Because I read over, remember when you asked me for mine?
Right.
I had a copy of mine for my vehicle.
Right.
I had been reading over that shit, and I see where I agreed to everything, and I'm letting that shit out. Blank fucking endorsement. All that, I mean, a blank signature. Because they wore my ass out. Me and my mom was there all freaking day. And then they're going to offer us a fucking dinner at Texas Roadhouse.
But they just made a killing.
Yeah. 6 times over. Ran my shit 3 times, ran my mama's shit 3 times, and then got a fucking down payment from her and a down payment from me.
And I found out that down payments are illegal. And if you but if you go back, if you can figure it out, they have to give you the car for free.
Well, that's what I've been working on. I ain't been putting a whole lot of time and effort into it, you know what I mean? But that's what I need to go into and investigate. Because the motherfuckers, they sent me 2 of the same fucking letters today from Mercedes. Hold on, let me finish this. Hey, mother. Huh? Yeah, they sent me 2 of the same letters, and it's speaking the terminology that I'm gathering is about credit dispute. It says, thank you for contacting Mercedes-Benz Financial Service USA LLC regarding the potential unauthorized use of your personal information. Protecting the integrity and confidentiality of your personal information is extremely important to us. Based on the information you provided, we are unable to confirm your claim. If you would like us to reinvestigate, we need more information. Please take the following steps in order to allow us to do a full investigation. Complete and sign the attached identity theft victim complaint and affidavit. Provide a copy of an identity theft police report listing the MBFS account as fraudulent. Provide